Hello all, welcome to the channel DevOps Tech Stack. I hope you all are doing safe and sound. So today I am going to start with a new playlist that is 30 days of DevOps interview preparation with me. Before starting with our agenda, I will share you the points which you need to keep in mind while preparing for the DevOps interview. As we all know that there are lots of tools involved in DevOps and it is very important to know the correct approach for preparing any interview. Also, in this playlist, I will keep sharing the projects which you can update in your resume and a resume template too. Now, preparing for the DevOps interview can be a lengthy task, but with the right approach, I will try to make it easy for you. So first, let me share you some tip. Keeping this in mind, we will start with our journey. So here I would like to mention 10 tips and tricks which you can follow if you are preparing for the DevOps interview. So what are they? The very first thing in my list is the learning skills. Let me write over here learning skills. So, what it is? The very first thing in your interview you need to show is that you are eager to learn new tools and technology, as DevOps is something where you always need to be updated with the latest technology in the market. Okay, now comes the second point, confident on your resume content. Let me explain you. What is this? Confident on your resume content means the second thing is that whatever you have written in your resume, make sure you are confident about those topics because most of the questions asked by the interviewer is from the resume itself, because at last everyone knows that everyone can't know each and everything. There are lots of tools and technology available in the market, and there is 100% chance that no one has worked on everything involved in the market. Okay, now comes the third point in my list, that is job description review. Job description. Let me write it first. So, so what is basically this job description review? So whenever you get any job openings, you carefully review the job description to understand what skills and experience the company is looking from you as a DevOps candidate. This will help you to focus on the company specific requirement. Let's say you know multiple CI/CD platforms like Jenkins, GitHub Actions, but what the CI/CD platform your company is using for which you are going to be interviewed, focus on that particular CI/CD platform instead of going to each of the CI/CD platform. That way you can minimize the number of tools which are involved in that particular project. Okay. Now let me discuss about the fourth point, that is what it is. It is why DevOps. Whenever you are going to give the interview for the DevOps, there is a high chance that they will ask you the fundamentals of why DevOps came into the market, what it is basically. So DevOps is the combination of development and operations, you might already know. So you need to have a solid understanding of both these disciplines. Make sure you have a good grasp on the core DevOps concepts such as the continuous integration and delivery, automation, infrastructure as a code, containerization. So all those things we are going to discuss in our playlist too. So you don't worry about that part, but this is just to give you an idea, like you can focus on these tips before starting for the DevOps interview. Now comes the next part in this list, that is, let me write over here, DevOps tools knowledge. As you all know, this is a very important point. This is where we get confused because we have multiple tools available in the market as a DevOps. Now, DevOps require you to knowledge of a wide range of tools and technology, such as you need to know Git, you need to know Jenkins, you need to know Docker, Kubernetes, and many more. Make sure you have a good understanding of these most commonly used tools in the industry and can discuss how you have used them in your previous roles or in your previous projects. So you need to show them the project, you need to explain them how you have used in your previous project, the how you have developed the CI/CD pipelines, how you are managing your infrastructures, how you have managed the automation of creation of the infrastructures, how your application is deployed over the Kubernetes. So all those things basic understanding you need to have before you are appearing for any DevOps interview. In this particular playlist, my main focus would be to go through all the important tools that are related with the DevOps, and I will try to cover all of them in my playlist. Not only that, I will discuss about the projects also, and I am going to discuss about the basic interview questions and the advanced level interview questions that are quite frequently being asked in every interview. Okay, now let me tell you the next point. That is, now in this point, I have mentioned about the technical and scenario based questions. Again, if you are a fresher and you are applying for the DevOps interview, this is not something they will go in deep. But if you have somehow more than 4 years of experience or 3 years of experience, they are going to ask you some scenario based questions also. So, DevOps interview often include technical questions designed to test your knowledge and problem solving skills. Practice answering the technical questions related to DevOps, such as how would you troubleshoot a failed deployment, or how would you design a continuous integration and delivery pipeline, how you are going to manage the or resolve the networking issues on the Linux platform. So all those type of technical questions they might ask, and which I will try to focus in this playlist also, so don't worry about that. Now the next point in my list is the, let me write it over here, communication skill. This is very important. Let me write it first. So, DevOps is all about collaboration. So, it is important to demonstrate strong communication skills during your interview. Practice explaining complex technical concepts in a clear and concise manner, and be prepared to discuss how you have worked with others to solve the problems in the past. Okay, so it is very important to convey your message clearly so that interviewer who is interviewing you, he is having clear idea like what you have worked in your project, and he try to be more clear and concise. That what I can say over here. Okay, now comes the next point. So this is basically past experience. What let me explain you past experience. Okay, make sure you are prepared to discuss your past experience and how it relates to the role you are being interviewed for. Be prepared to discuss specific examples of how you have implemented DevOps practice in your previous organization or in your previous projects, as well as any challenges you faced and how you overcame them. So the most common question is like, tell me some recent failure which you have faced and you were not able to solve it. It took a lot of time for you to resolve that. So that kind of questions usually come. So make sure you have a good grasp on your previous organization task and you are able to explain the interviewer about that. Okay, now comes the next point. What it is, stay up to date with the latest tool in the market. Okay, so finally, make sure you stay up to date with the latest trends and best practices in the DevOps. Read industry blogs, attend conferences, and network with other DevOps professionals to stay informed about emerging technologies and new approaches to DevOps. Okay, so these were few of the tips which I wanted to share with you before starting DevOps interview preparation. That will surely help you to get your dream job. So, in my next lecture, I will focus on the most important DevOps tools and technology that are booming in the market and mostly used by most of the organization. I will try to showcase how these tools are important, what is the purpose of this each and every tool, how the application deployment works in the real time. So, all these concepts I will try to explain in my next video. Okay, so basically by leveraging all these DevOps tools, which I will tell you in the next lectures, organization can automate many aspects of the application deployment process. It reduces the error and it enables the faster and more reliable software delivery. So I hope now you are clear with the process which you need to follow before preparing for the DevOps interview, and also the different tools which make it easy to follow the DevOps methodology. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for making the second video in this playlist. Thank you again. Bye.